All right, let's talk about Jayden Daniels of the Washington Commanders. What I want to talk about in this video is what's to make of how I expect him to play his rookie season. How are things going to go right away? How can he fit in with this Commanders offense? And also just him in general. What are the challenges that all rookie quarterbacks have to face? And what will he in particular maybe have to face that other guys won't? Or what will he be maybe more equipped to face in certain challenges than other people would be? Let's just get into it. Starting off with, something you see on the screen is a lot of what we saw in college. These kind of timing routes against zone coverage, which is a thing you certainly see a lot of at the NFL level. And you see it a lot in college as well. Guys running over the middle, got to find a soft spot in the zone coverage. You see that when Daniels takes the snap, you're going to notice that when he throws the ball right here, there is a window, and this is really a well-timed throw by Daniels. I think his timing was really good in college. As you see, well-timed throw. They get the, big completion there. Now, it goes without saying, at the NFL level, these windows are going to be smaller, and you're going to have to be really precise here. But again, if you're timing these perfect in college, you should be able to time these perfect at the NFL level. And that's kind of the hope, is that when you can get these, concepts ran smoothly, when the rest of the offense can do their job, Daniels can come in and be a solid game manager right away, because his game manager side of things at LSU was really good. For whatever reason, when people talk about game manager, they almost view it as like you're either a game manager or a playmaker, when the reality is those two things aren't really related. You're a good, game manager or a bad game manager, and either you're a good playmaker or a bad playmaker. But like going over here now, so this concept, it's man coverage, and you see the routes that he would want to look towards his right. That's where you would usually want to go right here. So that's where he's going to look towards. However, when the play begins, you look right now, and he doesn't really love what he sees. Seems like both defensive backs are kind of in position to make a play. And this is one really positive trait to have in a young quarterback is at the NFL level, things just move so much faster. And that's usually why a lot of rookies struggle, is you're essentially having to, I'll make a restaurant example. If you're working as a cook in a restaurant and you're used to kind of being in the day shift when most people come at night, then all of a sudden you work a night shift and you have to work twice as fast, and usually you're not so good right away, and it takes some experience. That's kind of the same thing. But for Daniels, it seems like even when he's working the day shift here in college, he moves really quickly. And watch what he's going to do once he decides he doesn't like these routes. You see him so quickly move on to the check down, hits the halfback, and the halfback's able to pick up a first down on that play and then some. They actually get an explosive out of that, plus 15-yard play, which is really impressive. That's not so easy to do, and especially for a young player, it's really impressive to be able to pull something like that off. So again, not just getting to the check down, but the speed in which he got to the check down was really promising. And also just stuff like this is definitely something you're going to have to know at the NFL level, where it's going to be zone coverage that he is going up against. And the concept is designed to beat zone coverage. Essentially, you have one route that's going to be kind of for a deeper route, and then one more of a shallower route. The concept is essentially pretty simple, is that one of these receivers is hopefully going to take up more of the attention. It's usually the deeper guy, although not always. And if it is the deeper guy, you throw shallow. If it's the shallow guy, you throw deep. Kind of simple. When Daniels takes the snap, he sees that the attention, what do you think you should do in this situation? There's the guy in, the deeper route in black and then shallower route in yellow. Well, the deeper route in black has multiple players covering it, whereas the one in yellow only has one guy covering that receiver. Plus, with the receiver kind of already running at a top speed going over the middle, you have that benefit as well, and it's an easier angle. So that's the decision you should make. And Daniels quickly does get it over there, and they're able to pick up a first down, which was key, because before only 41 seconds left, you want to make sure you stop the clock, because that's how it works in the college game, right? So that's definitely an important, the thing that he can do and thing that he can bring to the table is just run these types of plays pretty efficiently. But that's not the only thing that I think he could be, that benefits him entering the league. For example, something like this, where it's going to be, I think this is an interesting play to talk about. So the play concept itself, not as important. Like, what are the X's and O's and everything? That's why I haven't showed anything on the screen. Let's just jump into the play, and you'll understand why. Daniels takes the snap, and you're going to see he just doesn't love what he sees down the field, decides not to make a throw, but now there is an Army player who is very close to Daniels, so this isn't ideal. This isn't good, right? And for a lot of quarterbacks, this would kind of be it. This is game over, take a sack, 3rd down and 11. Hopefully you can maybe throw the football away to help out your field goal kicker, but that's kind of all you can do at this point. But for Daniels, this play is not over. Watch him be able to scramble around, get some extra time, eventually flips it to the halfback, who was able to pick up some yards on this play. The halfback did not end up picking up a 1st down on the play, but that's okay. Like I said, you helped out your field goal kicker, and you just made something more positive happen. Instead of getting a sack and having your field goal kicker have to make like a 50-yard field goal, it's instead, closer to a 35-yard field goal, which is certainly a pretty big difference, especially in a college game, but even in the NFL game. But forgetting about the actual benefit of this one specific play, just in general, it's a benefit to be able to do this, right? And you have to think at the NFL level, his ability to get out of trouble and use his legs could really come in handy. There is one drawback I would also throw out there, though. Something like this, where the way this is going to work is it's going to be a designed quarterback run, which this isn't a drawback, this is a positive. Hey, designed quarterback runs are very valuable, and we're seeing them happen more and more at the NFL level. In fact, I think part of why Washington drafted Daniels is because they want to use his legs in designed plays. And one reason why a designed run is so effective is something like this. For Alabama, they have 3 players lined up as defensive linemen plus 2 linebackers on this play. So you can block everybody at the line, right? That's kind of an advantage you get, which you don't get if you have to spend a player, just handing the ball off. Here, Daniels takes a snap. He is going to, well blocked by LSU. He scrambles up. This part, all well and good. Good job. You picked up the 1st down. However, there's an Alabama player coming over and getting ready to make a tackle. So for Daniels, it's kind of a no-brainer at this point that he should be sliding. And it's one of those things where, it gets talked about all the time and probably gets talked about too much. But it is a true thing that if you're a mobile quarterback, you're going to take more hits, and if you take more hits, you're more likely to get injured. It's especially going to get talked about when you're kind of a skinnier player like Daniels is, which I haven't actually seen any evidence to support. Skinnier players tend to get injured more frequently. It's just one of those things that logically makes sense, so people say it. But one thing that you can absolutely say makes you more likely to be injured, and there is evidence as long as just logic to back this up, is if you don't do a great job at protecting yourself. Daniels isn't going to slide here, and it actually works out all right. He, eventually just kind of goes down once he gets wrapped up, but, is able to pick up some extra yards because of it. That is his mindset, but, man, it also resulted in him taking some big hits last year, and in the NFL, you could get clobbered, and the good that comes with it is probably not going to be worth the risk unless it's like the Super Bowl or something. He's going to need to learn to protect himself better. That is definitely the biggest concern I have with him right away. But other than that, how do I think the transition will go to the NFL level? I think it'll go pretty smoothly. I really do. I don't think he's going to have too much trouble right away. I think he should be a pretty NFL-ready player. So we'll see what happens. You never know with this stuff. I thought Bryce Young would be a pretty NFL-ready player either. Didn't work great year 1, but we'll see. But those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.